Hi, welcome to Tech Slap Comedy Channel. Have you ever, I was working one day, I take phone calls and all that stuff, and I came across this one company. The company calls in, I'm helping them out just like I normally would in IT help desk. And their company name turns out to be Small Beans. And I was like, Small Beans? Huh. And I asked them, who are your competitors? And they said, we don't have a competitor. And I was like, you don't have a competitor? Then what does your company do? And they said, we make coffee beans. I'm just sitting here like, so you got Starbucks, you've got um, different types of companies that are pushing and selling coffee. So I'm not really understanding how you don't have any competitors. And he's like, oh no, we make the beans for those companies. And I was like, interesting. So everybody gets their beans from the same company called Small Beans. He goes, yeah. And I said, all right, cool. Then I'll create a company called Big Beans. And here's my slogan: our beans are bigger than the small beans that you get from Small Beans. his tone, his tone was like very demeanor. Like he didn't like that at all. And then after the phone call, I was like, okay, there's Big Beans. I can also go with gigantic beans. Well, the big beans, our beans have bigger flavor, bigger rewards. Gigantic beans, our beans are gigantic. We're bigger than the bigger beans, and the tiny beans, we can't even see them because they're so far away. They're so tiny. But it's or what about wide beans or narrow beans? Our beans are more narrow, so we narrow more on the flavor, and we cut costs to save you money because our narrow is not so broad. Or what about broad beans? We have every bean under the sun: coffee beans, hazelnut beans, whatever beans you want and want to taste. Or experimental beans, which is very, very dangerous, but it might taste good. He kind of didn't like it after I said small beans, but hey, it's a good idea, right? Here's another company called Sack and Save. Now, Sack and Save is they're a store. I thought they were like a dollar store. I don't know. I don't know much about them. I'm always thinking about how can I be a competitor to these companies? Sack and Save. What about Sack and Spend? You come to our store, you sack your stuff, and you spend your money. What about Sack and Waste? Waste your money with us. We're guaranteed great products. Now, I just asked AI what's another name for Sack and Spend, thinking because I couldn't come up with another name, to be honest. What about a company called Squirrel and Scatter? It plays on the idea of gathering your nuts and then spreading them all over the place. Basically, you get the gathering part, which is saving, your nuts, which is your money, and then scattering them all over the place, which is spending your money. I can see it now. My personal store I created and going to sell stuff. It is going to be Squirrel and Scatter. Underneath it, it's going to have a slogan: gather your nuts and scatter them. Come to our store. We'll squirrel you. Scroll away. I came across this one customer that was on the phone, and they were located in Horn Lake. I don't know what state it was, but maybe I should have wrote that down. But it's Horn Lake, and I started thinking, okay, is Horny Lake right next to it? So what if you created a city called Horny Lake and put it right next to Horn Lake, and then you have another lake city called Board Lake, where people go to be bored. Horn Lake, I don't know what that. Blow their horns, I guess. And then Horny Lake, you know what's up. You know what's up if you go to Horny Lake. Contemporary Lake, where you're just contempt. Happy Lake, put it right next to that, and then you'll have everybody's happy. Oh, Sad Lake, put Sad Lake right next to that. So if you're sad, go to Sad Lake. If you're happy, go to Happy Lake. If you're horny, go to Horny Lake. It's, it's that would be kind of weird if I have on my address and I'm trying to get stuff shipped for me from Amazon, and it'd be like, yeah, Horny Lake, Texas. Well, thanks for coming by and watching the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and to get more from me, I do upload also shorts, random shorts. Most of them, I thought it'd be funny to create cats and shove them in a truck and then upload it thinking Thanksgiving style, right? And then I'm like, it's freaking Halloween. So I kind of messed up on the scene, but maybe I could create one for Halloween, but that's Halloween's like in a day or two, so it's like, do I really want to? Well, anyways, thanks for coming by, and hope to see you again.